welcome everyone back to Ruslan Bortnik Head YouTube channel. My name is James and I'm here today with Ruslan. For those who are watching us for the first time, Ruslan Bortnik is a political expert, political scientist, and the director of the Institute of Politics in Ukraine. Ruslan, welcome and thank you for joining me today.
Hello, James. Thank you for your invitation.
It's been a while. We haven't had videos in a couple of weeks now, and I just want to touch base, starting with the front line. What's happening on the front line, on the battlefield? And can we start with the situation in the Kursk region? Russia has announced that they have launched a counteroffensive attack to try and take out the Ukrainians out of the Russian territory. But so far, it looks like they're being stuck and not much progress has occurred since they've launched their counteroffensive attack.
Of course, let's start from the Kursk offensive operation from Ukrainian side and Russian counteroffensive operation. This blue spot is the territory which is under the control of Ukrainian offensive forces in Kursk region. You can see it's near 774 square kilometers of territory. And last week, Russia started a counteroffensive operation from Glushkov direction to the flank of this Ukrainian Platsdarm in Kursk region. For now, this Russian counteroffensive operation is not very successful, but Russian forces were able to capture near 5 or 6 small settlements and make it dangerous for the left flank of Ukrainian offensive unity, which are trying to go forward, to go to the Lvov direction and to Kursk direction. So there is no turn point in this battlefield nowadays, but it's very clear that Russia is getting more and more forces in the Kursk direction, and Russia makes a much bigger pressure for Ukrainian forces which are in Kursk region.
Right. I don't want to focus too much on that because it looks like it's more of a frozen situation. And if we can jump into the eastern part of Ukraine, it looks like Russia is still advancing pretty fast in the Donbas region, and they're trying to occupy more and more of the Donbas region. What is happening there, and what's going to be the potential outcome of their fast advancement?
The most dangerous direction is, of course, Pokrovsk direction, and I will show you the changes during the last week, 2 weeks. This red painted part is a part occupied by Russian forces, and green brown part it's a part under the control of Ukrainian forces. I'm counting back the days, and you can see for the
line is moving fast.
Last 2 weeks how many settlements and areas and territories Russia captured, and the last days were extremely non-successful for Ukraine because we lost city Ukrainsk. It's a small city near 10,000 inhabitants there, and we lost bigger part of the city of Rodivka in these directions. And during the last 3 months, we are not able to stop this Russian offensive operation. And the Russian move is not very fast, but it is stable. It is systematic move, and Russia capture more and more lands in this direction. You can see near 800 square kilometers captured only in this area. Moreover, Pokrovsk and Mirnograd, it's almost last defense line of Ukraine. After this line, after these cities, we have an empty lands. We have fields without big settlements, which are very hard to defend till the Dnipropetrovsk Oblast. You can see this Pokrovsk, and now there is an empty place almost. So if you will lose Pokrovsk region or Kurahovo, we can lose all these empty lands, and the fights could go to the Dnipropetrovsk Oblast, we can lose a lot of lands in our south front, and Zaporizhia, Dnipropetrovsk Oblast will be under the danger of new massive Russian offensive operation.
Correctly, Pokrovsk is important for Ukraine because it's less defense line, and after that it will be very easy for the Russian forces to advance even deeper inside Ukraine.
It's last prepared defense line. This line in Pokrovsk defense line, it was prepared starting from 2014 with a lot of very good armored trenches and so on. After this line, we have only a field equipment, field trenches and so on. We have no such a strong defense line. We had 3 lines here. Previously, Avdiivka line here was. Then we had a line near Novogrodovka, Grodovka, here line defense, but all these lines were cut by the Russian forces. And this Pokrovsk, Kurahovo, Kramatorsk, Slavyansk line, it's a last very well prepared defense line. After this, after that, we don't have such good prepared defense line.
For those who are watching us for the first time, I'll just give a little heads back of why is it since 2014. It's because Russia has started a proxy war against Ukraine in 2014, and that's where Ukrainian forces and Ukrainian government were building those defense lines all the way up into a deep region of Ukraine. I want to get into Zelensky's victory plan. I don't know if it's part of it, but he has requested mostly USA to provide long-range weapons. Can you give us a little bit of like heads in what's the idea of receiving those long-range weapons and what Ukraine is planning to do with them? And in your opinion, how successful those attacks into the deep territory of Russia can be successful?
There are few reasons. The first reason is very shown reason that Ukrainian authorities says that if we will use this weapon, long-range weapon, and we will destroy all the shuttles, logistic infrastructure of Russia in European part of Russia, all the storages of fuel and so on, Russia will not be able to continue this war, and Russia will accept the Ukrainian and Western peace plan. It's a shown reason.
If they will destroy those fuel tanks and other strategic points for Russian forces, will they actually not be able to continue the war?
I don't think so. But I think the most important hidden reasons of this claim from Ukrainian side. Hidden 3 reasons of this claim, it's an attempt to involve deeper our Western allies in this war, and to make our Western allies guilty because of a lack of support for Ukraine, not enough level of support, to feel guilty in this situation, and to save the nowadays very high level of political, military, and financial support of Ukraine. Because maybe in the future, after the United States election, the level of support of Ukraine will go down because it's too high for many years. Even if the Kamala Harris will win, I think the situation in Ukraine will be re-estimated. We'll waiting for re-evaluation of this situation. And only escalation of the conflict, only deepening, involving our Western allies in this conflict, only the situation when we are fighting together, shoulder to shoulder, will help Ukraine to save the nowadays balance and maybe even obtain an advantage in the face of Russia. So I don't think this is a wonder weapon or something like this. This is a miracle weapon which can resolve the war, which can defeat Russia. But in any case, this weapon and this resolution can help Ukraine to keep the balance.
matter who's going to be the next president of the United States. In any case, both presidents or both presidents' teams will reevaluate their approach with Ukraine and their positioning in terms of the conflict between Russia and Ukraine. But in your opinion, who do you think will be a better president of the United States for Ukraine? Donald Trump or Kamala Harris?
It depends to which part of Ukraine you belong. If you belong to power, Kamala Harris, of course, because it means the situation will be stable. The Ukrainian United States relations will develop in a national way. Of course, elections of Trump is much more risky for the Ukrainian government, for Ukrainian political system. But at the same time, the elections of Trump give Ukrainian people a chance of crucial changes in the war. Maybe a chance to peace negotiation, maybe a chance to stop the war. Only Trump nowadays has some kind, of course, very simple, peaceful plan to freeze the conflict, to take Zelensky and Putin together and to push them to freeze the conflict. Kamala Harris doesn't have even such a simple plan. She has only an idea to continue the support of Ukraine. At the same time, it means the continuation of the war.
During the first Trump's assassination, that might be not the last one, and you were one of the only experts that said so. In your opinion, what the assassinations on Trump are repeating themselves, and do you think will there be more before the election?
I think so. This repeating of this assassination, it means that after behind this assassination could be a group of people. It could be a managed action, maybe, or a general political atmosphere in the United States is very hard now. There are a lot of hate, life dangerous hate in these political elections, which leads the ordinary people with non-stable consciousness to such a assassination attack. In any case, a very, very dangerous situation. And I think this assassination attack on Trump during election or after election, if he will be elected like as a president of the United States, could continue.
Right. Thank you so much, Dave, for your perspective and opinions, and we'll be back next week.
For this help. See you. Bye-bye.